I just stick up one of my 2025 goals and I'm honestly still buzzing from it. Yay! You know that feeling when you finally do something you haven't been planning for months? Yeah, that is exactly why I am right now. I just got back from my forest trekking adventure and wow, this was everything I hoped for. So why am I making this video? Well, this is really for the future me, specifically my 20-year-old self and beyond that. This is part of my Before 28 series where I'm basically creating a time capsule of my 20s. I want my older self to look back and remember what it felt like to be this age, the excitement, the curiosity, the willingness just to go for it. Because let's be real, life changes as you get older. Responsibility pile up, spontaneity gets harder, and sometimes you lose that sense of wonder. But if you are watching this and you're not future me, welcome to my journey. Maybe this will give you a little push to tackle one of your old goals we are just figuring out as we go. Let me share how I actually approach goal setting because it's taken me a while to figure out what works. I use this bingo board system. Sounds silly, but hear me out. I use this bingo board system. I write down different goals in a grid, and every time I complete a 5 in a row, horizontal, vertical, or diagonal, I consider that a major win for the year. The number 5 isn't random. It's challenging enough to keep me motivated but not so overwhelming. Plus, it forced me to have variety in my goals instead of just focusing on one area of life. My biggest tip is looking backward before you look forward. I always review what I actually accomplished the previous year, not what I planned to do, but what I really did. Then I set goals based on my actual time, energy, and budgets. Realistic here doesn't mean thinking small. It means being honest about what you can actually pull off. So why forest trekking specifically? Well, I had done a mountain trekking before and I absolutely loved it. There is something about being in nature that just reset your whole system, clear your head, gets your body moving, remind you there is a world beyond your phone screen. And I wanted to challenge myself differently this time. Mountains are about conquering peace and enjoying views. Forests are about navigating through density, dealing with uncertainty, really immersing yourself in an ecosystem. It felt like the natural next step. And there is an amazing national park right here in my city that I had been meaning to explore for a long time. You know how you always say you will visit those cool places near you someday? Well, this was my someday. Preparing for this wasn't just about booking a tour, though that was step one. I spent weeks researching different tour options, reading reviews, comparing prices. I wanted something that would actually challenge me but wouldn't completely destroy me. I also did exercise to prepare my body for a day of cycling and walking because I didn't want to be that person hopping and bumping 5 minutes in. I researched what to bring, what to wear, and what to expect. The mental preparation was just as important. I had to overcome my tendency to overthink and just commit to a date. You know how goals can sit on your list forever if you don't put them in your calendar. Well, I literally blocked out the day and wait for the tour before I could talk myself out of it. Okay, let me paint you a picture of this adventure. 3:30 a.m. wake-up call. I am a morning person, but waking up at that time is really rare. And there's something magical about starting an adventure while the world is still waking up. First challenge, 9 kilometers of cycling through forest trails in the morning. On that day, the scenery was incredible, although the weather is quite cloudy, sometimes sunny and sometimes not, because it's the rainy season. Then came the actual trekking in the afternoon, 3 more kilometers deeper into the forest. This is where my tour guide actually sighed. He was actually the park manager, not some third-party guide. So he knew every tree, every path, every story. Since our group was small, he took us on some off-limit trail, proper survival mode stuff that regular tourists never see. I was lucky to finish the trip before it rained in the afternoon. I learned to identify parasitic plants, saw lindsay mushroom growing wild, heard story about tiger that used to roam these forests. My guide even taught me basic forest navigation, in case I ever get lost. Probably won't need it, but knowing feels better than not knowing, right? This trip taught me way more than I expected. Third lesson came from watching a little kid in my group. This boy was roughly 8 or 9 years old, I guess, and he was struggling with the cycling part, falling off his bike many times, going slow, but his mom and dad just kept encouraging him and saying, it's okay to fall, that's how you learn to get back up. That hit me hard. We are so afraid of failing at things that we forget failing is just part of the process. That it ended up finishing the whole track with the biggest smile on his face. Sometimes you need to fall to appreciate getting back up. The second lesson was about letting nature be nature. At one point, someone in our group asked why we don't remove parasitic plants to save the tree they are growing on. Our tour guide explained that everything happens for a reason in an ecosystem, even the bad stuff. When a tree dies, it becomes the nutrients for the soil. When animal eats other animal, they are maintaining balance. It made me think about how we're always trying to fix things, control outcomes, and prevent problems. But sometimes the best thing you can do is let things unfold naturally. Not everything needs our intervention. This experience reminded me why I love being in my 20s. Yeah, I don't have tons of money or complete life clarity, but I have curiosity and energy and willingness to try stuff. That's pretty wonderful. So here's my message to my 20-year-old self and anyone else who might be watching this video. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start something. Don't wait until you have more money, more time, more experience. Just start where you are with what you have. Keep that sense of wonder alive. Keep being curious about the world around you. And remember, it's okay to fall because that's how you learn to get back up. If this video inspired you to tackle one of your own goals, that honestly makes my day. We are just figuring it out as we go, so we might as well encourage each other along the way. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!